All right, guys. Welcome back. We're going to be in Unit 9 Geometry, Student Handout 5. Going to be taking a look at this and intro to 3D figures. So, when we talk about a three-dimensional figure, we're just talking about this extra dimension of depth, and you'll see how all this works out. But let's go ahead and get started with some new stuff here. Faces of the three-dimensional figure are any of the surfaces, including the bases. The base of a three-dimensional figure names the shape. A prism has two bases which are parallel to each other and do not touch. The vertex is the corner, right, or what we would call the pivot point of a three-dimensional figure. The edge is the line segment that joins the two faces together. Okay, so we're going to kind of skip over this piece right here, but I do want to get going on this bottom piece here. Each 3D figure has specific properties. Okay, so let's take a look at them. All right, so the first one we look at this, it says label the vertices, the edges, the faces, and the bases of the figures. All right, so this is a pivot point, which is a vertice, V-E-R-T-I-C-E-S. This bottom part, this line or this line or this line or that line, these are called edges. And then this front, this square or rectangle, I don't know the dimensions of it, is called a face or base. Face or base, right? Let's take a look at this one over here, and let me make sure that you can see that real good there. Yeah, and you can. You're in pretty good shape. So the first one is, this is the edge. Again, we have vertice here, 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 here. These are all vertices. And then, again, this is a base. Okay. How are cubes and rectangular prisms the same? What makes them unique? So this is a cube, essentially, all right, and that's what they're telling us. This is a cube, and a cube by definition has all sides congruent. All right, a rectangular prism, all right, has 4 rectangles, and depending on the size, 2 squares or 2 other rectangles. But how are they the same? They both have, all right, both have 8 vertices. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same thing over here. And they both have 6 faces. Think about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing on a cube. All right, just the cube is all equal or congruent, and the rectangulars are not. Okay. All right, let's continue on. Let's flip it over here. Let me pull the camera down, and let's take a look at this. Okay. Make sure you can see, and you can. Good. Complete the chart below by identifying the unique properties of each 3D figure. Use colored pencils to shade the various parts according to the directions. Okay, well, we're not going to worry about the colored pencils, but we are going to name this. This would be a cube. All sides are equal. All edges are equal. The faces are 6 squares. How many bases does it have? 2. How many vertices? Count them. There's 4. And then there's 8. And then how many edges? If you were to count all of these line segments around there, you would see that it has 12. Okay. All right, next one up is a rectangular prism. All right. How many faces does it have? Well, if you look at it, all right, it has 6 rectangles. How many bases? 2. Oops, sorry about that. Vertices are the same as 8, count the points, and the edges are the same as 12, right? Okay, let me check it. We're in pretty good shape. All right, next one up is a new one. It's a triangular prism. Triangular prism, all right? So we take a look at this. Triangula, triangular prism. Okay, still, all right, it's a little bit different. How many faces does it have? It has five faces, all right? And guess what? 2 are triangles and 3 are rectangles. I'll just do it that way. The bases, all right, when we look at the bases, we have 2 triangular bases. How many vertices does this have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're just counting it. All right, next one up. Rectangular prism, the rectangular base. So it's a rectangular prism. All right, has a rectangle on the base, right? So how many sides does it have? Excuse me, faces? Has 5. Has 1 rectangle and 4 triangles. The base is a rectangle, and there's one of them. How many vertices? If you count them all up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You'll get 8, I think. Am I wrong? Oh, I was counting the edges. Well, we already did that. How many vertices? We have 5. I apologize. All right, let's continue on here and take a look at this bottom one here. We have a triangular prism. All right, and what's this made up of? 4 triangles. The base is 1 triangle. I like to do that. How many vertices are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. And how many edges? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? All right. So what do you notice about the difference between a pyramid and a prism? All right, the pyramid and the prism. All right, well, if I think about a prism, I think that a prism has rectangular faces and 2 bases, while a pyramid has a triangular face and only 1 base. So, all right, the prism, P-R-I-S, and prisms, they have rectangular faces and 2 bases, right? When we talk about a pyramid, right, a pyramid has triangular faces, and 1 base. And then finally, what makes a triangular prism unique? Well, to me, when I think about a triangular prism, all right, and we're talking about this one right here, what makes it unique? All right, it's because it has 2 triangular bases that do not intersect, okay? 2 triangular bases that do not intersect. And that is that. So anyway, go ahead and jump to the folder and get into the homework. Thanks, guys.